Alright, hey gamers, as Hater would say, I'm Execute. Welcome to today's stream. How you doing, Hater?
I have too many windows open.
Yeah, me too, man. I got 4 streams going at once, this is crazy. And of course, ladies and gents, we're joined by SirPiggles. How you doing, buddy?
Wait, you guys have Windows?
Yeah, man. I've got like 3 screens going. I have to keep up
What?
with all these people.
Well, I'm doing this on my iPad.
Yeah, man. That's a talent.
Yeah.
How do your thumbs work? Anyway, so we're going to go through a few things today. We're going to go look at the whole sea. But yeah, go ahead.
Wait, real quick. Speaking of going through things, we're going to take like 30 seconds to go over the fucking people who have given us some money.
Yeah, we don't even start and they were throwing money at us. That was crazy.
Already simping on Hater.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's an emote coming. I'm going to have to make that. Hater simp. Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Okay, so we have 3 Prime subscriptions and a super chat. 3 Prime subscriptions from Nick the Crafter 16, Philly Harmonic, and Kendrick. Thank you very much for giving us Prime subscriptions, and thank you to Bean Hoya.
Hater
he says architect.
Does not know English.
With a smiley face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you pronounced that.
I can't read it. Yeah, as I said, I can't say it. I've got too many screens open.
Bean Huawa.
You got one job, Hater. Come on. Right.
Bean Huawa.
Bean Huawa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't we have leaks?
Yeah,
No, we don't have leaks. No.
No leaks.
This isn't a leak stream.
This isn't a leak stream. What are they talking about? No, definitely not.
No. We're gonna look at pretty screenshots.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another 3 Twitch Prime subscriptions. Have fun with
Oh
that.
my god, you're not even. There's 4. Okay.
5.
Thanks to.
I think these people are making work for you, man.
Okay, thanks to Stiff 300. Thanks to Rad Wolf Brutal. Thanks to Gamer from Space. Thanks to Kyoshi Athelion, and thanks to G Kenny 2112.
See, the more you give him money, the longer this takes, so he can just
Exactly.
never show you that.
Yeah.
Thanks
Oh,
to
that's a super
Nathan
chat.
Lowry on YouTube for giving us a $2 super chat. Can't give much, but your work is appreciated.
Oh,
Thank you
there's
very
another
much.
Yeah.
Stop.
I love in chat.
This is your job.
I love
This
in
is your job.
chat.
They're giving you money.
People are
Oh
asking
my god, there's more.
People are asking if this is live, and then I'm like, we would be this awkward if we were not live. Okay, but yeah, sure. Right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Read the next ones.
Dragmathics, thank you for a Twitch Prime sub. Keto Mech, thanks for a Twitch Prime sub. Can you guys wait for 5 minutes? Ah, damn it, there's another gun. Thanks to Zyka Dieter.
At this rate, we will be.
Give Hercules super chat.
Oh, dear.
What is this, Star Citizen? Stop giving us money.
We are not money-focused channel. That is not how this works. But anyway. Thank you all for your support. We appreciate it greatly. We actually were going to bring up... maybe we should start with that. We were going to do this today. We were going to do a donation because Hater needs a decent microphone setup. So, yeah. Looks like we're going to get halfway there at least on that. He's currently talking through... Do you want to explain what you're talking through, Hater, at the moment?
I currently have a $1,000 headset on my head, and that's all I can afford right now.
So
I really am just a poor boy.
So he's got a Vive headset on his head, and he's talking through the microphone on that. So I find that hilarious, trying to run a live stream with a VR headset on. So that's immersion for you.
Lots of money. Speaking of lots of money, let's go over some probably like 10 more donations. Harrowback Weathers, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Avercos Wolf, Aver Chaos Wolf, Aver KOS Wolf. Thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thanks to ARHS guy on YouTube with $1 super chat. And thanks to Hemotoxin0110 with $2 donation. Hater is furry, unconfirmed.
It's true. No, it is confirmed.
He's
You're in a furry Discord.
Yeah.
No, you're in a furry Discord.
That's just not true, though.
That is like a 2-year-old response. No, you're in a furry Discord.
I can't think of anything. Take it off, Hater. Take it all off. $2 donation from ARHS guy. Ooh, 2 of them. Nice. And Van Hellcry with a $5 CH at... Let me look up what this currency is. CHF currency.
I think we're actually giving you some cultured and teaching you how to speak. So you're actually getting
Oh, we got it.
educated today. It's great.
Oh,
Anyway.
that was 5 Swiss francs apparently.
I don't know
Can
why
we-
these.
Okay,
I don't know why these donations are not coming up in the bar thing. So maybe that's not working. Okay, thought I had it set up. Maybe I don't. But we'll see.
we'll ignore the bar.
Yeah, we might have to ignore
But
the
you know
bar.
what we won't ignore is these great, good old ships. Let's just bring them up because
You
we're not
just-
going to get to them if we don't pause.
You
Yes.
just missed the prime.
I think we'll just leave Hader in his own little realm, and you and I will go on with the ship tour.
Alright.
He's going to be perpetually trapped in subscription hell.
Alright, I'm just going to give a little bit of context before we start going around. So right now we are at the elevator that is in the whole sea. I'm going to start working my way around as people ask questions, and if it's pertinent, I'll start giving context, or if anyone asks a question based on where I am in the ship.
Oh, Edison's here. Oh, hey, Edison. Shut
If
up.
you're going to get real quick, if you're going to give a question, please put it in Bracken's question, similar to how they do it on SE Live. So this is
Oh, yeah.
semi-readable.
Yeah,
You can
100%.
ask questions either through YouTube, Discord on the hashtag livestream channel, or Twitch. We finally have it set up, so we should be able to ask them. But we're gonna as a question goes through, if it's no longer on our view, because I feel like it'd be a little unfair if we kept going back and forth and back and
Yeah,
forth.
it's also very hard to
Especially
keep up with the speed of people in chat. We've actually got a combined chat of 3 different places. So we've got Discord, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. And first thing I'm going to answer is by Red Amiga V2, who asks, "Is this live?" Yes, it is. And that's like the 10th person that's asked that. So yeah, we are
No,
live.
we can just tell the future.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely live today. So yeah, whenever we do a stream, you'll definitely know it's live. Especially if you've got the stream starting soon thing. That's how you'll know it's live. How are you doing, baby? I'm doing well. The real spider. Thank you for asking. All right, now I got some questions coming in.
Real quick, Execute. Your mic just spiked.
Yeah, that's
Like,
all right. I'll move it.
I had to turn
I'll
it
move
down.
it back. I'll move it back over. How's that? Is that better? There we go.
Yeah.
I just moved it close because it's all good. All right. Next question. Can XU please turn his mic down? Yep, just did that. How much SCU do you estimate the whole sea to have? How much cargo do you estimate it to have, Piggles?
A large number.
Best answer ever. Right. Sorry. Say again. What were you gonna say? Nope.
Nope.
What?
Okay. I will. Okay. I feel like it's probably important to say one thing. A lot of these questions I'm reading, like for example, question: how different is the whole C in comparison to the whole E? Is it literally just a resize? Stuff like that is questions more so for for someone who's actually working on those ships, especially as the whole E hasn't been worked on in a hot minute.
Well, you can use logic to dictate stuff though, because
Well, yeah, but I don't. We don't know everything.
It's designed. Well, it's designed for a human. So if the physical ship gets physically larger, a hallway for a human is not going to grow in size, but it will grow longer. So yes, you are going to have to remodel everything. Is what I'm trying to say.
I'm not. Yeah, no, I wasn't really addressing the question itself. I was more saying we can speculate all day about the actual ship rules, but the actual questions regarding the ship, like here's a fun little question. When will Miss? Okay, that's not the question I wanted to read. Question: we know what the blockers are for the whole C release, but do we know the progress they've made on them? Like, for example, they've made decent progress, but obviously it's not done.
In terms of the actual ship part, it's pretty much done. They're just waiting on a few blockers.
Yeah, things like the what was the physics grid thing? I know they worked on that. So that's made progress. You know, the one where it folds out for the telescopic.
Yeah, the spindle.
I'm forgetting the name of it. What was it? Integrated physics grids or whatever it was.
Yeah, tell you what, we can free cam in there and have a look at the folded up spindle.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh my god. I just want to pause for a second and say thank you for the combined 735 viewers. You guys are we stream and do everything like this because it's fun.
Question: how do we get these leaks? Magic. That's always the answer.
Magic.
Magic. Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
Illegal? No, actually, yeah, I wouldn't say.
I think that's our standard answer for things that we can't answer now. We just say magic. So,
Magic.
yeah. Any news on the
Question.
Hercules and Ares ships? Nothing that we haven't been shown on
Actually,
the Star System Live. Or have you got more stuff since you
have
talked to me last?
I have a bit of news on it. Well,
Oh, go for it.
I'm not sure if I said something similar to this last stream, but the Ares is getting more work on it than they really talk about. Like, it's probably I wouldn't be surprised if it got released this year, but it's entirely something that they can like, hey, we have a bit of downtime, boom, Ares. That's their current like development plan on it. It's just gonna pop, and it's gonna pop.
Some beefy landing gear there, Piggles.
Some beefy landing gear.
Yeah. Someone's asking chat by Razy Yoshi, when do you think 3.10 will be released to First Wave PT? You got any updates on that for us, Ada?
Yesterday.
Yes, actually I do. So last week was more like a 50-50 coin split on whether or not it was going to release the PTU, despite the confidence that the community managers give. Let me give you a hint. They are very, very enthusiastic. Let's just say this week's more like a 75 instead of a 50. It'll probably happen this week, but, you know, there's been... It might not happen. Actually, when is that build supposed to go out? Probably like in an hour or two. Any news on the Starfarer interior rework? No. Question for... I feel like this is a question for Piggles here. Did a wizard give you this this leak?
He had a Reuben wizard hat, if that's what you're asking.
Have you ever seen that meme? Sorry, we'll talk about that off the stream.
He dons his Reuben wizard hat.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's so good. I feel sorry for that chick. It's so funny. Yeah, sorry, I had to bring it up.
So we're... Ooh, what's that, Piggles? That lovely docking connecting.
Well, this is a corridor that's inside the spindle. So if we came out here, you just see it's literally in the center here. I've just trapped myself in there. It's fine. I'll work out a way out later. But basically, this is how you get between the different ends of the ship while pretty much all the time, especially while it's expanded. Now, in this version here, you can see if I get back in here. It's not very complete, but it is actually done in the most recent version, and the same with this little deck of the engineering here.
So is that
it is done?
Is that an expanding tunnel, so to speak? So when it fully spindles out,
yes.
You can still walk right along it? Yeah, cool. Just wanted to check.
Yeah, you can walk from the front to the back.
Someone asked in chat.
Just...
yeah, go ahead.
No. You do yours first.
I was going to say, are we going to do a Kraken interior stream? There isn't a Kraken interior, but we did do the Kraken last stream. Your turn.
We did show the limited amount of interior I had, or we can. I have a setup at the moment, but I'll throw some screenshots in the live stream channel when we're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll go.
Okay, so thanks. I'm just going to go over a couple more donations before ending off this donation super chat, where they actually asked a question for once, which is what it's used for. But Zacho5, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. ARHS guy, thank you for giving a $2 super chat. Thanks to Edison Trent for another €2 or quid. Give more capital super chat. Avercus Wolf, thank you for the $5 super chat. Any word on the Endeavor interiors or models? I'm super curious to know what the inside will feel like. I want space drugs.
The Endeavor's had some work on it. I have evidence of that in files, but nothing that I'd show.
Another $2 super chat from Howers. I don't know actually how you pronounce that. Actually, that's not a question. That's just a statement. Origin Jumpworks is really, really, really bad. Would you guys agree on that?
I'm not a fan. Anyone who watches my stuff knows I hate Origin. So yeah.
Spaceships are cool.
They're too expensive for what they are. Anyway, I don't want to get hate. So just say that's all I'm going to say. Don't like them. There was a question here. You got more to say? Sorry.
I got one last one. $2 super chat from ARHS guy who's just been pumping us with these two super chats. Is the Odin in active development? Kind of. I don't know. I haven't had much of an update since we got those initial leaks, honestly. but
probably
it seemed
shelved
like
for
it
the
was being
moment.
actively
But
development.
we'll see.
Ah,
So any updates
Yeah.
on the Tavaran fighter, the Talon?
No.
Nope. Banner Merchantman or Hull C or D? I would personally go the Banner Merchantman myself. That's a question by Star
Merchantman's
Citizen.
pretty cool.
Hey Rainey, that's his name. So yeah, I'd take the Merchantman at the moment, especially. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw our last Infrarunners episode, but we're actually speculating with the release of the Privateer that the Banner Merchantman may not increase in size as originally first, because it's gone back to concept for a third round of concepts. So we're actually thinking because of where the Privateer is now, it may not increase as they originally said it was going to increase in size. So we'll have to wait and see. Just putting that idea out there in your heads. Just be wary. It may not increase like you think it was going to, because two capital ships that do the same thing are a bit awkward. All right, next question.
I feel like this is a good question. Is this phallic for a reason?
Why not?
Well,
Why?
it obviously goes erect when it gets aroused.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, and the
How else are you
spindle.
gonna load the cargo on it? Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't thinking you guys would be that explicit. Just out of the blue. I thought we'd beat around the bush a little harder, but no, we went
What,
straight.
you want to beat around the bush with a hole, man? Who's getting sexist now? Like, jeez. Anyway,
quick tangent, if I may. What's the chance of base building this year? 0.
yeah.
0, -5, -100. It might not even happen next year. Honestly, it has to.
That's a chance. -5.
Mm.
Well, there's a chance it'll happen next year.
Another question: is the Starfarer? Is the whole sea interior as confusing as the Starfarer? No, it looks very simple.
No,
It's pretty much a
it
straight
is
line.
very well laid out.
Mm.
Basically, what you have is if we come up and look at it at the side, we'll come back a little bit. So literally, you've got your bridge about here, and a hallway that goes back to about this line, which is where the spindle starts. About midway where this kind of bump is, you've got a ladder that goes up to the top deck, which if you go right, you've got like a loadmaster's console, and then to the left, you've got living quarters. And then on either side of the hallway, you've got entrance, airlocks, and escape pods. Then through the spindle, you've just got 3 decks of engineering, so it is pretty straightforward laid out.
We should go back into the ship because a lot of people want to go back in. You know.
Someone's asking in chat. Apparently, there's a landing gear missing because sometimes there's bugs.
There is.
Yeah.
There is a landing gear missing. One of my favorite bugs in that's popped up in about 10 minutes before we started is everything is offset slightly up. So you've got this tiny little gap here.
Mm. Yeah. So that's one of the things Piggles does. He's actually got to go in and actually get stuff connected so it works. This stuff doesn't just turn on and it works. There's a fair bit of artistry towards it, and Piggles. That's what takes you the time, doesn't it? It's not just this.
It takes a while, yeah.
It works.
It's
yeah.
not easy.
For example, that's why Piggles is streaming it to me, and then I'm restreaming it to all of you. Is because Piggles takes the time to set things up, and I would never hope in hell of doing it.
1 second. I think our stream health is dying for a sec. Wait, is that me or is it just?
Is it
stream?
me?
No, I'm
it's
fine.
not
It's
you.
fine, my end. So it's definitely just Tater.
Oh.
My
Okay,
live looks fine. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. I just wanted to pause for a second just in case everything was about to die. $5 super chat from Alan Ortega on YouTube. Any new updates on Nautilus? No.
Mm. Another question.
Actually, yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Actually, I do have kind of an update. That quote-unquote leak, basically that artist like really fucking mistakenly uploaded that. Like that wasn't like any sort of sign that the Nautilus was like any closer or anything like that. That was basically just set. There's like typically like a year-long NDA on internal stuff whenever it's released to the public. So he had thought that, a year later, I might be able to upload this because technically we showed it to the public. However, the NDA likes to reach a bit, and technically those videos, while shown to a small public, were technically not public in terms of whatever he signed with CIG. Really, he's fine from what I last heard, but I haven't really gotten any big updates. I mean, I didn't directly talk to the guy. That's just word of mouth I heard from someone else. That's a tangent, but I feel like it's interesting enough to talk about.
I got a question here on the Genesis Starliner. Is set in the RSI website as a medium-range transport ship. Could they work or be working on a capital long-range transport ship for really long trips? Now, my answer to that is you need to read some lore posts, my friend. There are some incredibly large ships from Crusader that may be on the cards down the road.
Yeah, who reads lore?
Look, I tell you what, man, they tip their hat so often in lore. A lot of the stuff, you hear about it there first. You'd be really surprised. Now, I'm not a big lore guy myself, but the other Inferno guys, man, some of the stuff they come out with, yeah, don't write off lore, man. Don't write it off.
Well, a lot of that lore stuff is mainly created. Well, not okay. So whenever like they have an idea for a ship, and like they grab it from lore, it's not. Oh, we have this idea for a ship. Let's sneak it into this lore early. It's instead, hey, this lore piece covers a neat idea for a ship. Let's take it and make it something cool. It's something that's later down the line rather than created right the inception at lore. Like that's why. You know, fucking Hammer. I don't really have any big examples down the hat. I mean, the Cartu all or the Santoki Eye something teased in lore that came like way later. I mean, the existence of a ship like that kind of is obvious, but it's not something like they plan on.
I'll give you an example
then.
So one of the ones is the Starfarer. Like we all know, it's kind of been nerfed because of what they did with the changing of how it was originally going to be a gas that you mine, and now it's a mineral that you mine. But in lore, Crusader have a very large refinery refueling ship. Could that be the new capital-sized ship that's designed for refueling? It may or may not be. You don't know, but it is mentioned in lore. So things to watch out for. I'm just giving you an example of things that they tip their hat at. It was a really good question.
Thanks to Razy9 for subscribing for 1 month with Tier 1 and giving out a Tier 1's community gift. Thank you very much. I just want to go over that. What were you about to say?
Yeah, so the question I've got here is by Crew Tand, and his question was, when we are able to sell and buy all ships in-game, would the Banner Merchantman cost more than a ship smelt to its current price in USD, for example, the Carrack? Yeah, so that's something that you're asking us to predict the future on. Again, if they make the ship smaller, then it would go down in price. But if they make it larger, obviously it might be more expensive than the Carrack. You can't predict that stuff until they eventually put it in game.
Question: with the new flight model, do you think that the VTOL on the Cat and the Freelancer will finally be implemented? From a TM with a $5 super chat on YouTube. Honestly, that's something that's more speculative. I've heard word that they kind of want to play with VTOL. I think they've also said that publicly that they want to play with like the VTOL mechanics. But I'm really unsure on whether or not that's something that will come through in the near future. I mean, Freelancer stuff isn't really being worked on, or the two ships that you talked about. Let me scroll up again. The Cat and the Freelancer, those VTOL stuff probably isn't happening for the near future. I wouldn't even be surprised if it didn't happen before their first public release of something that would have a theoretically polished version of the ship, like Squadron. Like, you probably won't see an animation that does weird shit.
Piggles, question here for you. What are the weapons on the Hull C?
Give me 1 moment. I can pull up the loadout for it.
Alright, well, while you do that... another question was kind of any updates on the Orion. I think the last one we had on that was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? And yes, it has increased in size dramatically.
Yeah. It's just something that's probably just... I don't 100% sure on this, because I'm pretty sure the guy who I talked to on this was kind of I mean, he gave me like one good piece of information, but like it was from like secondary source kind of stuff, so I'm not sure.
And there goes
there's the phone.
Yep.
Told me there's going to be just an external model being worked on for like Squadron or something, but it wouldn't be full work on the Orion. Pills, what are you saying?
So the current loadout that's in the for this version of it, obviously it's obviously subject to change, but it's currently fitted with 2 size 3 laser repeaters on the nose.
Ooh, lasers.
Yes.
Question for Hater: where is Chris Roberts?
My dad's over at Frankfurt. Last I heard.
I thought he was at a
I
birthday party.
Wasn't he that gentleman that you were talking about that wears a wizard robe and hat?
You know what? It might have just been.
I'm pretty sure it was just on crack.
Question request: can we see this next to a Starfarer? Didn't you have a freelancer spawned in at one point?
Yeah, the freelancer's over there next to the Bengal per someone's request.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fun.
I'll throw some screenshots of it next to a Starfarer when we're done.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, so
Do you
that'll be in the Star Citizen leak channels. You can check that out later.
Do you think they freeze the Nautilus development since it seems very unpopular? / it's a concept sale that wasn't that successful, so they shifted priorities to other ships like the Mercury. I feel like that comes off the misunderstanding that CIG cares whether or not something's successful in
Yeah.
a concept sale before they make it.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, it'll just be made whenever it's made. That's just it. Also, it wasn't really I mean, that would imply it was in hard development at some point when it was probably just made for marketing asset.
A couple of
Who
questions
knows?
in there about the Polaris. Any updates on the Polaris that you guys can share?
Not since last time.
Yeah, it is
All I
rumored
know
to
is
be
that
starting work on instead of the Banner Merchantman. So
Well, if this Odin is being worked on, which is another RSI
Yeah.
big ship, like
agreed.
who knows?
Yeah, it makes sense if you were going to do two big ships that are somewhat similar in size. You could share assets between the two. So it sounds like they
When
might
we-
be filling out the RSI lineup, so to speak. At
On the
least work on
subject
art
of-
assets.
Sorry, on the subject of RSI big ships, we'll be taking a look at the Bengal in a bit, so you'll see
Yeah.
a bit of their design language for the larger ships.
Yeah, and you can actually those Bengal art assets. You can actually see those in the inspirations for the Odin, can't you? You can see how
Yo,
some
someone
of
just
that's-
gave it. Let's take a second because someone just gave us a $50 super chat over on
Whoa.
YouTube. Hatchet Man basically saying, get a good headset, hater. Have you heard much about the physicalized components / damage model? Timeline, status, progress, etc., etc. All I know is they're working on like a more gamized version for some encounters in Squadron, but like I'm not sure exactly what's going to be implemented for a live release. I mean, Piggles, you see anything in the files for it?
I wasn't paying attention for
Physicalized damage components in the damage model.
I've seen evidence of work. No, I can't see anything going to a live release at least this year.
Mm.
But obviously that might change. They might have something that I haven't managed to get my hands on.
Yeah, because all I know is that they want something in there for Squadron. So like, something more gamey, like shoot the power supply of the giant driller you're trying to kill or whatever. But not as gamey as that. Like, they want it to be an option instead of just a objective, though. It's something that's later on, though. So I'm not 100% on it. I'm not gonna lie. The gameplay people I have, not many.
Pickles, can you
Yeah.
tell us some stats about this Bengal? Like what's its length in relation to say some other ships in the game? So, for example, I know you've
not a
spawned
clue.
it.
I've never measured.
I know it's over a K
So,
though, right? Isn't it? It's
It
fairly
is
long.
quite big, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll pan up here. As per someone's request before we started, I did quickly spawn a freelancer next to it, so we'll just fly up and give you an overview. It's not small.
And I got a quick question then. How many ships do you imagine this will hold? Because we've seen obviously shots of say things like the Retaliator inside this thing. Do you know
You can
how
fit
many?
a lot.
Give us a rough
We'll go
ballpark.
through-
5,
we'll go-
10? How many other
We'll
ships
go
can it
through
hold?
in a bit, and you'll see kind of the
Cool.
hangars, and I'll kind of explain how big they are. In terms of the actual main hangar size, the main chamber you could probably fit Nidris in there. Obviously, you wouldn't actually be able to get through the doors.
So you can also see the whole sea there and the freelancer for scale, so it pretty much dwarfs them. That's pretty crazy.
Real quick, thanks to Averco's Wolf for another $5 super chat. Do we know the what other types of passenger vessels there will be? Phoenix, 600i, and 890 Jump aren't technically passenger, last I heard. Only the Genesis. I'm not exactly sure whether or not there will be any more specific passengers. It's something that they don't. I don't believe they know. They don't want to go hardline like they did with the Genesis Starliner, where it's literally just a fucking Boeing jet that just for passengers. So like you'll see more semi-luxuries like Origin, like the 400i that's going to be revealed soon or something like that. But then you got like military transport ships, but in terms of like commoner transport ships, I'm guessing they want that to be more so along the lines of something that any ship can really do, rather than making a ship that hits that regular passenger class. But it's not something that they've given too much thought over. It's probably the best thing to say.
Piggles, are you envisioning some skins for this thing in the future? Like a Star
The Bengal?
Yeah, why not? Big Star Kitten skin? No? Not a fan?
I wouldn't mind one. I don't see any reason that wouldn't be able to be done technically. Whether it's something CIG would actually do, obviously we wouldn't be able to tell you. But technically, there's no reason it couldn't be done.
Finalized. Thank you for the $5 super chat on YouTube. Apologies if this has been asked before, but any update on the Kraken? Also, thanks for the great leaks, guys. Give me hope for the future. They haven't really been doing any full work on it. The only thing they did was just redo the models slightly by fixing a misspelling on the right side, and then threw it into that hologram. That's about it.
Had a little bit of work.
Check our previous stream too. We did show off the Kraken towards the end of the last stream that we did as well, if you want to see a bit more.
Yeah, we showed its extensive, very detailed, very near complete interior.
I might just add they were placeholders just for the Kraken commercial.
God damn it. Why
teasing people? Haters teasing people, and Spiggles is just like, no, not having any of that. You don't tease people.
You don't get to tease people with stuff that doesn't exist.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
CIG?
Yeah. All right. Question. This is a good one. 400i explain, please, in chat. That's a simple question. Hater, you want to say anything about that or not?
Tease.
Tease.
No,
yeah.
that was dick tease. All I know is, I mean, I don't want to say all I know, but all I'm going to say today is it's happening. I don't exactly know for 100%.
Yeah. I've heard things about it as well.
Yeah, once we have everything on it, especially getting that good old fashioned image. Once we get some images and better descriptors, because you can imagine what the mid range between a 300i and a 600i is going to aim at, especially when the Constellation competitor 600i kind of failed at the job.
Oh yeah, I got a question for you then, since you're speculating a little bit then, Hater. Where are you going to chuck a 200i? Because there's no room between a 100 and a 300 as it is. They tread on each other's toes, so I think the 200 might be off the cards, let's be honest. Unless it's a vehicle. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure why they picked 400 instead of 500. Yeah. I mean, it leans higher, more towards 600 than 400.
Hey, it's an Origin ship, I don't care. They're all garbage in my book. More questions in chat. Why is SQ asking dumb questions? Because okay, alright. I don't think they're dumb questions.
Alan Ortega, $4.99 super chat on YouTube. Give us the info about the 400i, or at least speculation / hunch. I've already just said Constellation competitor for reals this time, quote unquote. Winky face. I don't know. CIG's weird, but yeah. No, that's all I got.
We've just heard the only info I can give you is that we've heard rumblings of the name 400i. I've heard it for the last 12 months.
I know a little more at this point.
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it later.
We'll talk about it later when no one's listening.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
We can whisper. It's fine.
Exactly. Shh.
Question: can the Hammerhead fit inside the Bengal carrier? That's for you people.
Won't fit through the door.
It's too big.
You see, they should have just given it a longer freaking neck, so you can fit everything in there. The pocket carrier, except you fit your carriers in your pocket carrier. It's a carrier pocket. That's what the Bengal is, the carrier pocket.
Question from Horace. Any plans to stream, make vids with other YouTubers like Nubifier and Morphologist? Well, if you have actually been watching our shows, we've been trying to get a guest for every episode, and I have reached out to a few people, and some people don't want to come on because they don't want to be associated with leaks. But I have.
However, we might get some people on for a roundtable discussion, talking about leaks themselves, without having any leaks.
That's what I was about to go to, but yeah, you beat me to the punch. But yeah, look, we're going to reach out to everyone. To give an example, one of the people we reached out to was Board Gamer, but he's really busy at the moment, so we're also going to have other reasons why people can't come on. And if you know his situation, he's not having a good family situation at the moment, so you got to respect that. Yeah. Right. Any more questions? Updates?
$5 super chat from Dawn Stealer. Any info or rumors on the RSI Pegasus carrier was supposed to be on Squadron? Piggles, you know anything?
Pegasus has had some work. Last time I saw it, they were trying to do launch tubes for it, but I don't know if that's actually going to pan out or not.
Jan, if you have just a real quick thing, Jan, if you have a question, just PM me directly, man. All right, sorry. Sorry, I'm reading some complaints from our mods in chat.
They're complaints. I need to add more mods.
Yeah, we do. We need to get into that. Question: is the Connie really not getting an update? Well, as far as we are aware, no, it's not, and it's quite saddening. And I think everyone will agree it's in a horrific state. But I think when you work through logically why they're doing that, it's obviously got Squadron 42 connotations. If they change it, then they have to redo all that work. And probably the fix for it is, if you've seen how they've updated the Hornet over the years and they've got different year models, that's probably what they'll end up doing, is eventually when they do a rework for it, it'll be a more model, as in a different year model, and you'll probably have to rebuy it, quite honestly, or buy an upgrade to it.
It's like when we moved from the Constellation Mark III to Mark IV.
Yes, exactly.
Previously.
And if
you're probably going to give it a... no, you continue.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, they're probably going to give it a bit of a tap in the ass, but nothing too big. It's just enough to, like, make sure it works better, but not enough to make it a different ship. Like, when people... I think, my personal opinion, plus, I heard a rumor about it from someone I do trust, but things have changed since they told me it, like, half a fucking year ago, is that they were going to rework the Constellation, but not too much. So my thinking is rework what people think, or what CIG was trying to dissuade was rework as in entirely new ship assets and all that stuff, when it's probably going to get a touch up like the 300i I just did. Keep the same spirit, keep the same look, except just optimize the assets and made it something that's actually more usable or better.
Can I pose a question to you two? Just real quick then.
Yeah.
How broken do you think that ship is? Because to me, there are some fundamental real problems with the ship, like, and I'll give you the real big one, like how it actually physically lands, because there's no landing gear at the front, so it creates this whole problem with how it lands. The whole ship is structured in a certain way where things are, like, all the rooms need to be reorganized and everything. And when you get to that level, that whole ship needs a remake. Like, it's one of the first ships I'll ever put in the game, and almost every single ship from back in that era has needed a rework at some point. And the ones that are all broken, or the most broken, are things like the Retaliator, the Starfarer, and the Connie, and they're all those really old first big ships they did.
But the thing with the Connie and that landing, how it does, is a lot of the weight is all at the back.
Yeah. I don't know. I always, like, to me, because you can't have the front landing gear, for example, because the car can't drive out, you see? So if you actually changed it so it was like a one-way drive in, so you drive in, you know how the Carrack, you can drive in and drive out, you don't drive through. If they change that, then you could have landing gear at the front, and you could have the landing gear integrated into the elevator, so it's just this massive landing gear that comes down and the elevator goes up and down in the middle of it. That would fix a lot of problems for me. But... And that doesn't require you to rework a lot inside the ship. But yeah, I know we're getting off topic here, so we'll move on.
Shall we move on? Like I've been flying around the Bengal for a few minutes. Shall we start looking at questions on that?
Yeah, let's. Okay, so we're gonna switch it up, kind of. And while we wait for those questions to end, I'm going to go through the donations, but just to switch it up to ask questions regarding whether or not you want to see something else on these ships. We're going to just focus on the Bengal for this first half of just going over everything again. Do, in your quotation marks, instead put Piggles rather than question. And we'll highlight something specific about the ship itself rather than a specific question, like everything. So if you use Piggles, we are going to just focus on the Bengal. So don't ask anything else but the Bengal for right now.
So what he's
we're going to basically ignore questions.
So what he's saying is, instead of putting questions in brackets, put Piggles in brackets, so we know it's tailored at Piggles for a Bengal question. Yeah, like that. Thank you. Brilliant.
And one of those, wait, real quick, while those come in, I'm just going to go over some more super chats and some more primes. $5 super chat from 101 Chicken Dance. Asperia Talon, question mark. Literally no updates from what I've heard. And we've kind of speculated that it could be that mysterious ship being developed. I do know it's farther along than people expect, especially with the next ship being worked on by that one guy who worked on the Prowler. Being mysterious ship unannounced. I wonder what it is. That could be related to the Prowler. But okay, $5 question from Avercos Wolf. Similar to the Idris/Kraken, is there a true carrier ship? One sec. Is there a true carrier ship plan whose sole purpose is to carry all the snubcraft? IK seem like jack of all ship. Oh, where I know. Oh, Idris/Kraken sleep jack of all ships.
Quick question for Piggles while you're answering those. Can we please see the bridge and engineering deck?
I've never actually found the engineering deck. I don't know if it's in this version.
What about the bridge?
We'll head up to the bridge in a little bit.
Yeah, cool.
It's
all right,
continue.
Yep, continue.
Okay, so basically, I think the Kraken was their attempt at a full carrier ship plan. The only secondary ship that kind of tries to fulfill this is the Bengal. Of course, people want a smaller version of that. And I don't believe they really have one of those on the cards right now, or at least one that's I've heard of that hasn't been announced yet. But the Kraken and the Bengal are their closest ships to, hey, I want carrier only, please. Those are your two ships options right now. I mean, technically the Polaris, but that only holds one ship. But that's its main thing. Anything about the refinery ship? $2 super chat donation from G-Wave Productions. No. And then we got 2 Twitch Prime subs from Lineth and Noxcavian. Noxcavian. My fucking god. I hate pronouncing things.
Someone, this is probably a tangent question. Someone's asking about the torpedoes. Have we got any of the artist sets for the torpedoes? You know, the really big ones for the Idris that was shown off recently?
I might have some. I'm not sure.
All right.
I think they just remade those assets and they posted it in one of the weekly things because this is because to just go off a question that someone else just asked.
Yeah.
Which I am also just gonna do to explain these like last two this stream and the last stream. Basically, there hasn't been a proper avenue to display some of these leaks we've had for a bit. So these are a couple years old. I'm gonna admit it now. A little old. They're essentially, especially the capital ships, haven't really changed much. Like, of course, they have better materials and whatnot, but like object-wise, they probably haven't changed too much, except for like, especially for the obvious gray rooms and especially this Bengal. But these are a couple years old, and because of that, wait, what the fuck was I tangenting off of? I literally just lost my.
I don't know. I'm trying to follow you, and I'm lost, but that's fine. That's
okay. These are a couple years old.
Yep.
That's that question answered. Oh, yeah, now I remember.
The torpedoes?
The torpedoes were just recently remade and shown on a weekly report in a photo. So we won't be able to get one of those torpedo images up unless we just grabbed it from like 3.9 because it's in the files.
Yeah.
But that's a pain. And I don't like pain.
We're getting a lot of ship comparison sizes. Yeah, like if we spawn it in, it can potentially make stuff crash. So we're kind of reluctant to do that because if you're in the middle of the stream,
We'll
and it
save it till
crashes,
the end.
yeah,
It's
we'll
just-
save it
Well,
to the end.
I'll throw in some. I'll give
So we-
these guys some
so-
screenshots to throw in
Yeah,
for
so
size comparisons.
we're getting things like, can we get a copy of the Pegasus? Can we get a copy of the Idris to compare it to and stuff like that? So, yeah, maybe at the end of the stream we might attempt to spawn one or two in just for fun.
Question: any information on the MSR? $5 super chat from Suboptimal. No. Okay, let's focus on Piggles' questions. Our Bengal question. How many runways does the Bengal have? Piggles.
2. I say 2. So there's this main hangar that I'm in at the moment, and then we've got a secondary hangar just above that.
Yeah.
Where does the Bengal sit in size comparisons? Let's ignore that. The Jupiter does the
Count
Jupiter
those
exist?
landing pads for me, please, Peggle.
Which ones?
The landing pads, because like that'll tell us how many ships it can fit inside it if you count the landing pads.
Which landing
So those
pads?
aren't they little black landing pads, or am I?
Oh, these ones, the diagonal
Yeah.
ones.
yeah,
so
the
there's
diagonal
8
ones, and
So there's 8 here. If I just, you can't see my character. If I just, this is about a head height to give you the size of that. You
so
probably get a
they're
Hornet or
small.
something.
Yeah,
So
they're small.
A little bit bigger than a Hornet, maybe.
And then those ones down the
on
bottom,
here-
I assume, are the retaliator ones, yeah. The ones
Here
that
you
are-
get 4 retaliators on that.
Yeah. Okay.
These both drop down here, and these doors both have hangers either side of them as well.
Yeah, I think they're the retaliator size ones, so they're probably
Yeah.
medium large. Yeah, okay,
You
that's
can fit
interesting.
some serious firepower in this thing.
Piggles, concern question, it looks like from the way it's typed in. A ship like this is only going to be in game for the UEE, but not for purchase, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the plan is these aren't purchasable, but they'll be findable. So there's only going to be a limited amount in the verse at any one time.
Did you
And they are controlled, not owned.
did you ever hear what the goon swarm wanted to do with these? They wanted to fly one of them into the sun.
I can't fault them for that.
It's really hilarious. I think it's funny.
I can't fault them for it.
Medical bay. Someone's asking, could we please see the medical bay, Piggles? Do you know where that is?
I've never found it.
This is a
So
big
this ship is
ship,
so
man.
big
There's a
that
lot
there
of-
are several things you haven't found. That scares me.
Yeah. I'll take a go through once we've eventually finished the stream, and I'll just dump screenshots out of everything I can find.
Yeah, we'll
sounds good.
post some screenshots and like leak news in the live stream channel after we're done with this.
Yeah.
No, that's a dick move. Let me fucking look at my list. Oh, Piggles, spawn a gray cat on the pads. I feel like it's worth the risk for a gray cat on the pads. You actually no, you can't because there's no collision. Never mind.
I can, but it'll just float. So it wouldn't really work out.
Actually, it might be
Yeah.
one ship where you actually can use the grey cat for a reason to actually like hoon around. I can actually
This
see
is a
this
big
is
ship.
a ship.
There
Yeah.
is a tram. I did find actually the elevator shaft that goes around the ship. It's up here somewhere.
Wasn't there a
This is
train?
a ship.
I swear there was a train from memory.
There
that
is.
goes-
There is one.
Oh.
Here it is.
Oh yeah, that train looks
Oh,
awesome. I got some recent screenshots of that. I can't.
It's basically a sideways elevator. Let's be honest.
Oh no! It's very
No?
Half-Life. It's fucking cool.
there
Yeah,
is. They've got like full on shafts like set up for everything all the way around the ship. And I'm now hesitant to go up there because I did just kill myself trying to find it.
Yeah, like every time you fucking go through that thing, it feels like you're in fucking Half-Life.
Oh yeah.
Another quick question for you, Pickles, that someone's dropped in chat. How many decks do we have on this ship, roughly?
X.
X.
It's a hard question to answer.
Because they're a bit jumbled, aren't they? I
It's
know
always
that.
changing. So
Yeah.
there's 3 decks in the secondary hangar. If we get onto the main hangar, we can count them. We got like 4, 5 if you count the bay, the retaliator bay. I think there's 5 bridge decks at the moment, but there's obviously decks in between those that aren't in this version of the ship that I've got.
So this is essentially. Would you see this as like a giant org ship? Like, to me, it looks like a ship designed for a minimum of 100 people. As an org.
Yeah, this ship is huge. Like these pilot ready rooms. So there's a If I hop over to one of the pilot rooms, I think they're down here somewhere. I think it's this door. No, it's the next one. Coming through here. So this is just one of the pilot rooms. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 10 bunk beds. So that's 20 pilots just in one of the ready rooms.
And
Just
you were
to kind
talking.
of put
You
it
said
into
there was like
perspective.
4 decks, so that's 80 pilots
Yeah.
roughly. That's scary.
And that's not even. There may be more ready rooms per deck. I've no idea. But if we just zoom out, that's about the stretch of corridor between these 2 doors here.
Yeah, that's a scary number of people.
We'll zoom out a bit as well, just to give you some perspective on that. That's one side of the hangar bay.
Do you know anything about the big gun underneath the Bengal that was seen in the original trailer?
It is still on it. I don't have it spawned in just for some
Yep.
stability reasons.
Yep.
It is about the size of an Idris. Well, I'll
so
fly down there
it's
to
a
where the
custom
mount is.
size, like it's not like size 12 or something. It's like
I think it's like size 14 or something like that.
bespoke. Yeah. Okay.
The Idris gun's
That's-
size 10, just to put that into comparison.
Yeah.
Hey, you could put it on Avenger if you tried.
I could put it on an Avenger if I tried.
Oh my god.
So this is the mount for it. And which is like an arrow for size.
Yeah, that's massive.
We'll put the arrow just in there for size. And I also like the arrow, plus the fabled arrow of landing gear down, wings down,
Mm.
which is actually the default state for the arrow, weirdly enough.
I will just state too, if you're asking questions in chat and it looks like we're ignoring them, it's probably because we are, or they've already been asked several times over. So I'm seeing questions I've answered before, like stuff on the Orion. We talked about that earlier as an example.
I would note that don't be too afraid to ask a question twice, because in
Yeah.
case we have just
Yeah.
missed it, we
But I'm
might
just-
see it the second
I'm
time.
just stating if we
But
don't.
if you say it like
Yeah.
3 times, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or we'll say watch the start of the stream, because this will definitely go up. We'll put this up on YouTube after we've finished as well. So
Yeah,
you can
so
watch it back.
there's an arrow compared to the mount for the gun.
Okay, a good question here. Piggles, what is the largest ship you can land on this thing?
In terms of fitting through the doors, I've never tried. You could easily get constellations and retaliators and that kind of stuff in. I've never tried a 600i, but you might. Maybe.
Yeah. So it's probably going to
Be a
be
tight squeeze.
if it's not just determined by the size of the hole that the ships can get fit through. It's probably, from what you've stated, landing pad size. So that would be
You can fit ships. You could fit an Idris in the hangar, but you just can't get it through the doors.
so that's a medium to medium at least. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is the Bengal supposed to be in Squadron 42? Well, I think that's a given. Yes.
Yes.
Fly the arrow through the hangars. Can you fly the arrow inside the ship, Piggles? Is that possible?
I think I took collision off the doors. We're gonna find out.
Do ships have collision with each other, but not with you?
No, I'm pretty sure I just took collision off the doors.
Yeah.
And if not, then we're gonna slam into a door and I'm gonna cry.
Explode spectacularly. Really good question here, but I don't know if we can answer it. Any progress on how we would actually take one of these things over? Really hasn't been a lot said about it over the years. But it is intriguing.
As far as I know, it's genuinely taking control of one.
Yeah.
But so say if you find one derelict, that would be fixing it up and keeping it, or if in battle, kind of incapacitating the crew and taking it, or even sneaking aboard and.
Yeah.
We'll probably
The other-
see one of these babies in game very soon, it's from what I've been hearing. But like, I'm just gonna do a speculation. Basically, I've heard something about the next in-game event, and I heard it's going to involve a new capital ship, or at least one that hasn't been in game yet.
Oh.
Now, oh fuck.
Oh, terrible. I was going to say too that
one that might be.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm only going to give basic details on this because I still need to confirm some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably going to be something we cover in like 3 months. It's something that'll happen around SitCon time from what I hear. But might be interesting. Might be very interesting. And it might involve the Bengal, is from what I'm hearing, because they want it to be a bit different in how it looks like will be something involved with what's it called? What's that threat thing? Xeno threat, yeah. Yeah, something with Xeno threat. But I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah.
Tell you what, on the subject of Xeno threat, I will throw the Bengal next to the Driller, because the Driller is huge.
Really good question that was along the lines of what I was going to go into. Expanding on the takeover of Bengal, I think there could be multiple ways it's done. We just don't know, because like it could be a derelict. What if it's an AI driven one and you've actually got to take over AI before you can actually control it? So there's multiple ways they could do how Bengals are done in game, but yeah, at this point it's just speculation is what I'm alluding to. So nothing's not off the cards is what I'm saying. I was going to say, Piggles, do you think the big gun on the bottom will be able to use for planetary bombardment?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. That's something only CIG could tell you.
Any information
You
on
really...
Sorry.
Wait, I just want to say, you really are horny for planetary bombardment, aren't you?
Is this the guy that's been asking it like every stream?
No, I'm talking... Oh, wait, was that a question from chat or was that a question from me?
That was actually a question from chat. That wasn't from me.
Oh.
No, I like personally, I don't know if planetary bombardment's going to be a thing. I just literally read that
Okay,
question.
never mind. I feel like... Yeah, never mind. What are we... Yeah... question? What? I've been working a lot. That's kind of why we skipped an episode last week.
Yeah.
I'm a little out of headspace right now. What am I...
Can we have a driller tour? I don't think there's an interior though. Is there interiors? That's another question that's there. Are Vandal ships going to have interiors?
They do have limited interiors. Yes.
Are they worth showing off on the stream, Piggles?
I'm not going to show them on stream because of Squadron spoilers.
Yeah.
Squadron spoilers.
What about?
You're allowed to show.
What about exteriors?
Cargo interior.
What about exteriors?
You know.
Exteriors, yeah. I'll show exteriors.
Maybe we'll do a stream then on Vandal ships.
Yeah.
If streams behaved, we'll see.
But the GN cargo interior, you had it set up, right?
I did have it set up. I've still got it set up. That is for another day there.
Another day. Oh, by the way, I should probably just say it now. Next stream we're going to be covering it's going to be a shorter one because there's just less to cover, but I feel like it's just easier to set up. Also, just to get something out the door next week, just in case we don't get the episodes up this week, which, you know what, never mind about that. But we have Theaters of War. You guys want to see that map? That's fun. There's a train.
It's not that fun. It's just a forest. Very fun. Just a forest in the space station.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's fun. We can the goal of the stream will be we'll find the fire extinguisher. The legendary fire extinguisher.
Oh my God.
I spent like 2 hours fucking looking for it, and I still haven't found it.
Question for Piggles. Are the Bengal and the Kraken comparable in their use? In the same category?
In the same category. As in being used as a mobile base, I'd say yes, but the Bengal would definitely have a very different use case in a battle. If that really helps answer it.
So I think this might be a poignant question that will kind of explain a little bit of stuff. But how do squadron spoilers work in regards to interior ships? How can it be a spoiler?
Most of the Vandal ship interiors are used for cutscenes, and as a result, they have a lot of leftover bits that are there specifically for cutscenes.
And even without those leftover bits, they're probably going to be very specifically made out for cutscenes.
For specific parts of the story, yeah.
So they might entirely change, but they also might give out like details, like especially for like the GN cargo ship, which is literally just an FPS level at this point. We you know, it's like posting fucking screenshots from like that. I'm bad at examples. Just it's spoilers.
It's why I'd happily show the exteriors off because they'd be things you'd see in game anyway.
Yeah.
But the interiors, because they'll literally give you specifics on a story because they're built very much around cutscenes. That I'd hesitate on them.
Can you please show a bridge again? Everyone wants to see that bridge.
Which
Haters
bridge
sounding
you
like
can
I
either have? Which bridge do you want? We've got top bridge or bottom bridge.
Just show
Bottom bridge.
Just show them again.
Which
Um,
do you
I'm
want
more of a
bottom
bottom
bridge?
than a
We'll go
More of
goes.
a bottom than a top, honestly.
This is as far down as the bridge goes.
haters are bottom.
Right here.
All right.
There you go.
Hater confirmed bottom. All right. Got a question for you, Hater. Any news about the Theaters of War release of 3.10? I think I know the answer to this, but I'll let you do it.
Okay, so I know a little more on this. Basically, they plan on getting some 3.10 fucked up. That's probably the best way to do it. Yeah, no. Like, they fucked up so bad. Like, they had their original plan was to test out Theaters of War for 2 more interior Evocati tests, and then boom, PTU test, then a couple times, and then live test sometime after that. That was supposed to happen last week of June on the weekend. And that didn't happen because the update was big and it fucked up. So we're gonna wait. That's it. That's all. That's about it. There's like nothing I can really give you that's more peeking in than they want to do it as soon as they can. They can't now.
Question for Piggles. Is there a captain's quarters we can see?
Not that I've ever found. It's probably buried somewhere inside the ship. I'll have a look for it with those other screenshots in a bit.
Yeah.
When we're done.
Got a question about the rock. Can we answer a question about the rock, or is that off topic?
No,
Someone wants to know if the rock's got any shields, and can we answer that?
Yes.
There you go. Question answered. What is the latest on other civilian AI outside of the bartender? A few months ago, we had a shopkeeper AI on the roadmap. Any news on the civilian AI?
It's had a bit of work. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, the entire point of the bartender is just to show that AI can use usables, place them not back down, and then pick them back up, and then respond to the player while also using the usables. So basically, hey, let's throw a bartender in here. Can he figure out how to get to the beer? And can he pick up that beer in the specific spot where the beer is? Then can he give it to the player? And then can the player give back the cup after they're done drinking so the bartender can clean it up and put it back where the beer bottles go or wherever the bottles go? And then go back to its initial spot and continue cleaning, and while also going around and doing other bartender shit. It's basically some connected AI that's going to be the guide for however an AI picks up a usable, gives it to a player, then takes it back, and then puts it somewhere else without entirely fucking up. How glitchy is the bartender, though? Yeah, it's what someone just asked. Meh. It's enough. Glitchy enough. It needs work. I mean, the shopkeep UI is basically like a stone toss from the fucking bartender's like 10-mile range or whatever. It's from what they had already. It's big, but what it shows, but it's not big itself.
Question here for Piggles. Can you tell us anything about the guns, so like the turrets, the STSs and stuff like that? So is there any information you can give in regards to the turrets? And not just the big gun, but the other weapons, like what are we looking at there?
Let me pull up its loadout.
Yep.
And that'll give
It was
make
a
it
good
easier.
question.
Alright, so on the loadout at the moment, it is showing you nothing, so I'm just going to go through what I know.
Yep.
So currently, as far as I know, we've got that big size 10, not size 10, size whatever I said, turret on
14,
the bottom.
I think you said, yeah.
14, big gun, it's about the size of an Idris. Apart from that, we've got turrets kind of on, you see these little circles kind of littered all over the hull. These are all turrets. That mount is probably about the size of an arrow.
That's
Actually,
pretty
probably
nice.
a little bit smaller than an arrow, maybe. They're all listed through the hull, so we've got 6 on the front there. We've got another one here, and kind of coming down, but then 2 here. But like most kind of carriers, the Bengal's main defense or real weapon is its complement of onboard ships.
Another question here. Do you guys think the surge in events is to increase immersion or to just sell more ships? You guys want to respond?
I'll pass.
Yeah, look, I'm going to say it could be a bit of either. I think it's also because we've got the current world problems, human malware and all that. I think they're trying to keep people a little entertained, but I think it's probably got a side effect of also probably selling more ships. So it's probably a bit of both. Man, I'm just scrolling through questions and stuff. And we've just had a whole bunch of questions deleted, so...
Hey gamers, I just abandoned the live stream and came back. How you doing?
Yeah, cool. You go to the bathroom. That's all good.
No, I haven't.
I was waiting for you to answer that last question.
Yeah, I was too, so I didn't know where he was doing. So I'll re-ask it again. Do you think the surge in events... This is for you, Hater. Do you think the surge in events is to increase immersion or just to sell more ships?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, did that go through? I mean, I
Yeah.
said yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Just yes, as if I'm answering both.
Yep. That's kind of what I said. Any plans for the permadeath or to have it completely ditched, or maybe they're reworking it so you die in game, someone goes and shoots you in real life? Oh, okay, that's a bit confusing. I do think Death of a Spaceman may have to change because of like the on-ground stuff and a lot more first-person shooter stuff. Personally, what's your thoughts, Ada?
Devs have different opinions about what they want the system to finally go to.
Mm-hmm.
So current agreement right now is just to go towards what they have right now for a respawn system until they reach like a later alpha phase when the systems are in place that they can do that. Which there are systems that will allow that to happen. They're just not in yet.
Question
And then they're also going to wait a little longer for systems that make it so it's not a pain in the ass and unfair.
So there's a question. There's a question here about the Bengal. This is for you, Piggles. About the Bengal. It says, "Is the Bengal not the battle carrier, where the Pegasus is just the pure carrier?"
Sorry. Could you say that again?
Yep. So I've lost the question now. It scrolled up the screen too much. Is the Bengal not the battle carrier, where the Pegasus is just the pure carrier?
I don't really get the question. Could whoever wrote that could kind of rephrase that for me?
Yeah, so I think he's asking is if the Bengal is a battle carrier, so this is more combat orientated. I think he's assuming than the Pegasus is more a support carrier.
It's quite difficult to really make that distinction with the Bengal having had so much more work than the Pegasus. So I really wouldn't be able to tell you. They're both carriers, and that's about the only information I could give you. I don't know if either of you two know anything else.
I got a question here. Why does Hater sound like an Alvin and the Chipmunks version of Jared Huckabee? What are you guys' opinions on this?
I can roll with that. I like that.
I think he looks more like Alf personally. But anyway. Do you think the Mercury Star Runner will release with its gameplay loop of data gameplay upon release? Probably not. They're not big on gameplay at the moment. They're focusing way too much on Squadron 42. Like, I honestly think the global situation at the moment, we're not seeing a lot of ship releases this year. Like, it's been the start of the year, we haven't even had a concept sale. I think everyone's knuckled down and focusing on Squadron 42, and I think it's kind of reflected a bit on... You don't think so?
Okay, so this is actually something I have heard recently, relatively recently. It was very bare bones, but I feel like it's just good enough to say. Especially when it comes to like concepts and whatnot, as you're mentioning. Concepts is something they really want to get away from. They do not like concepts. Like they're nice. Like you put a small amount of dev time, and you don't have to think about it. But then you got to think about it at some point, and now you have a bunch of a backlog. They're approaching doing more ships just straight to flyable. That's why you're seeing less concepts, more straight to flyable. Of course, we haven't had a straight to flyable ship in like 2 patches. I mean, we had one this patch. I believe there's a straight to flyable ship lined up for every patch for the next like 2 patches or 2 or 3 patches at this point.
Oh yeah, okay. Someone called me on it. I forgot the G12. Yes, there was the G12. I forgot about that. My bad. But you get my point that I was trying to make though. There just has not been the same level of releases of concept ships than there has been with other years, and I think that really, to me, that really points to that they're knuckling down on Squadron 42. And what you just said, Hater, is very valid as well. So it's probably more than one thing. But yeah, it's really obvious to me that they're getting into that crunch time. If you know what that means in development, so they're really knuckling down to, like, especially if you're trying to get the beta finished. Now we know their original aim was September, and I think you told me it was being delayed. It's not as badly delayed, Hader. Is that what you remember? I'm pretty sure it was you that told me that.
Okay, so
beta date?
yes, I've did a post on. If you check the Star Citizen Leaks Discord, check pins on the Leaks News channel, you'll see basically what I said in regards to Squadron 42 video, which also goes into detail. Squadron 42 details. Game, just to give a TLDR, is it's probably delayed by like 2 quarters relative to the roadmap. This is something that, if you calculated based on like what they threw on the roadmap and how much tasks were getting completed, it was about where the tasks were going to end. Like about, yeah, it was like 77% done when the roadmap stopped being updated, and according to that, it'd be like 2 quarters or 2 or 3 quarters late on when it would be like completely done. Oh, you hate crunch time, SSS Recycler? Well, CIG has been trying to avoid it, but it's to be honest, it's unavoidable. I've heard there has been some crunch lately, but it's more so towards actual releases rather than like they've been trying to keep it not as bad. But it happens whenever you see a late night patch. How do you think it happens?
Think back to high school when you're trying to get your assignment done. There's always last minute shit you just got to get finished. That's just the nature of it.
Except this one's very unethical, because if you don't stay and finish it, you basically lose every single way to pay for your home. That's capitalism for you, baby.
I got a question.
Oh, by the way, give us money.
Yeah, I got a question that might work for you, Piggles. Is the Cygnus Spider Miner Squadron 42 exclusive vehicle? So, is there actually anything you can tell us about that, or show us maybe? Maybe?
Oh, I don't have anything set up to show you. I'll throw it in a future stream if we have a chance.
Yeah, that sounds a good idea.
So the deal with the Cygnus is actually huge. Most people don't realize it. I think last time I heard they were trying to. Last time I heard it was planned on being an automatic kind of drone.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still the case, but it is this huge mining drone. It appears pretty much everywhere throughout Squadron 42, being in mind that you're around Shubin. I don't mind saying that since CIG has put that out already. And whether CIG put that out, I have no idea, but it is. I couldn't tell you, but I don't see any reason they wouldn't, other than needing that drone stuff going.
We're getting a few questions on some different ships, so I'll do a little bit of a rapid fire here. Just updates on ships, Hader and Piggles, so just yell out. Apollo.
No.
There was another one and I've lost it. I had 3 of them and I can't find the other one. Yes. Any updates on other just ships in general, Hader, that we haven't talked about today? I assume things are mostly shelved at the moment because of Squadron 42. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's because of Squadron 42 things get shelved. The ship team acts very independently from Squadron, I think it's best to say.
Vulcan.
Of course, there's ships. No.
And Pioneer was the last one.
No.
Yeah. Actually,
ships.
Go ahead, sorry. No, sorry. I was just going to ask you a question, but please continue.
The ship team is very independent, as it's not really tied to anything. I mean, of course, there's things that have to be Squadron specific, like environmental teams or fucking gameplay teams sometimes. That stuff, yeah, of course, that's going to be the split. But ship teams are very split in the middle, obviously. I feel like they've kind of hammered out all the required ships for Squadron. I haven't heard anything about big ships that are going to come as a surprise for Squadron. But it could change, could very much change. But, yeah, again, last I heard, nothing. There's not going to be any there's not a reason for a ship development team to be stuck on Squadron, because other than, like, the capital ships, but those teams have already been created. And I can't imagine they're doing any last-minute polish on something that's been polishing for, like, several years. But yeah, that's your general ship updates. I can't. Everything we've kind of mentioned. I don't know every ship in the game. Let me fucking give me a second. You know what? Never mind. I'll do it later. But every kind of ship that's like
Wow, I lost my train. I suck. at
Yeah,
fucking
I was.
doing
I was
this
there was
live shit.
someone in chat I was trying to mute because he's just trolling. Sorry. Yeah, we got slightly distracted. Someone in chat. Sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, we have to get onto that stuff because obviously demonetization. We just had a little troll, so apologies in advance. Where do you think the bounty hunting is going this year? There's a question.
we will talk about that in the next video when we talk about the new UI.
Mm.
That's gonna be fun.
Can we do a
But-
C2 tour? Oh, sorry, you got more to say? Sorry.
Huh? No, I
No,
finished.
you finished. Sorry, my bad. Can you do a C2 tour at some point? You got any models of the C2 at all, Piggles, yet? I don't think so, yeah?
Chances are by the time a C2 gets thrown together to look nice enough for a tour like this, it'll already be out. So there's not really much. I wouldn't expect one. I can't show things that don't exist.
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up with questions. Did they fix the missiles in 310 for the Connie? You'd have to ask someone in Evocardi.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna note real quick that we've been going for about an hour, I'd say 15
Hour
or
and
10
36
10.
minutes we've been up.
Yeah, so I think we should start. Well, I mean, we should take just try get some like last minute requests and whatnot, and get towards wrapping up.
Yeah, it sounds like
You know what I mean?
Yes. No, I agree.
Also, 20. Thank you for 20 North Korea. No wait,
No.
Norwegian crones for asking your super chat question. Can you destroy the Bengal? Can you? Probably not.
I haven't got the explosion set up, so all you'll have is a slightly rolling Bengal.
You guys are lucky I don't activate streamer mode on Discord.
Question: when are we planning to spawn the driller? I think that might be a good time to do it now. What do you think, Piggles?
I
Yeah,
don't have
no,
it
that-
set up now.
You don't have it set
Oh,
up. All right,
well-
we'll have to leave for another stream then.
I'll have it thrown in. I'll have it thrown in for some screenshots for size
Yeah.
comparisons.
Might have to.
Dude,
I think
it
we
is-
might have to do a Vandal ship exterior tour stream at some point. I think that might be on the.
It
Well, I think-
is- it is huge. I released a screenshot a while ago that's probably been floating around. It's got a Kraken for scale. It is. You think the size of the freelancer we have here compared to the Bengal? It's probably about a quarter of the size of the freelancer compared to the driller.
There's a question I want to know the answer to. When is the next stream? When Hader wakes up and gets off his butt and
When he decides to be
yeah.
organized enough.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Me and Piggles were here for like 15 minutes beforehand, but that's fine.
It
And
will-
I
it will
woke
be,
up at 7 a.m. to 3 degrees. And if anyone knows Celsius at all, that's basically freezing.
It'll
Anyway,
be on the weekend. This one should be a little easier to manage. I mean, I don't. We'll talk about who's going to be on because I still need to talk with Piggles whether or not he wants to come on the next stream. He doesn't have to be the in-game source this time, but we'll still have him on because modding is fun.
I
I'm
can
not sure.
I can explain.
wanna
bits,
come on?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
it's
yeah. We'll
it's
figure it out.
It's the thing, isn't it, that we did earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
And
yeah,
We'll
yeah, I'll
probably
be
be
on.
able to improve it before next time.
I'll be on. Why not?
we'll talk after
Why
stream.
not? We just have a third guy. Yeah. But yeah, I'll just be on like Theaters of War stuff and ask some questions about that. And also questions about the previous episode, probably, that we'll try and get out this week before the end of the week. I'm not sure. You want?
Well, that's a
We
qu-
still need it.
that's a quick question we should probably ask people while they're here. Do you guys actually prefer live streams over the pre-recorded shows, or do you like the fact that there's more information in the pre-recorded shows? Because it's definitely a lot easier for us to do in that regard. But I enjoy the interaction, and I know you do as well, Hater. So
I will know that once we do if we do live stream specific shows, we will start lasering down the questions. We've been doing general stuff especially for these types of streams.
yeah, for sure.
But if it's gonna be a short topic, we'll do like a 30-minute stream. That's just gonna happen.
Well,
It's
why
gonna
not
be short and to the point.
Yeah, go Figgles.
I just threw that screenshot with the Kraken and the driller in our chat. If you want to throw it up somewhere.
Oh yeah, try to throw it up on the stream if you can.
I can probably
can you
do
not?
that if you guys are prepared for a little bit of ugliness. I can probably do that. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill my game then if we're done with that bit then.
Yeah,
Okay.
just give me a second. Don't kill it yet,
Cool.
just yet.
Yeah, I'll let you switch.
I've
I'm not gonna screw you over like that.
No. Just let me save the stuff out. All right, I gotta save this, and I gotta chuck it in.
So
This
just
folder.
to reiterate one last time that Piggles will. Well, I mean, I don't know exactly how much work you're going to put into it, but a lot of those ship requests, like, "Ooh, I want to spawn this ship next to the Bengal, or I want to spawn this ship next to the whole sea."
They take time to do. A lot of ships I've kind of sat and tailed down so I can just throw them in builds. But there's of course some ships that I haven't gotten around to or just don't like. So they're kind of at the back of my list. If something's ready, I'll have it in some screenshots.
Jay, out of respect for the person who accidentally uploaded those Nautilus aspects, those Nautilus pictures, I don't really want to repost videos because that was okay. So there's a difference between like CIG, the company, leaking things, and then some random employee releasing something he worked on because he felt it was a great piece of art.
Yeah.
One feels like a dick move, and one of them is against a company that has asked for $400 million.
You're cool to
I
cut
get to
the
kill my
stream.
game to execute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
right.
You're cool to go. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Okay,
Later.
I'm gonna ban this guy. Give me one fucking second. Can I ban people?
Yeah, you should be able to right click. I can't see him though. I think YouTube is actually. There we go. You got him. He's timed out. That'll be enough. But I wouldn't even time him out. I'd just ban him. But anyway.
I don't know how to. I don't. Hide user on this channel?
The name of the person is the Malabing. So if
Nah, don't say his.
He's been hidden. No, he's hidden. He's gone now. Cool. Excellent. He's gone. I'm trying to help the mods. That's all. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Architect. Appreciate it. Yeah. So here's the driller image. That thing is huge, and that you're saying that's the Kraken for scale. That tiny little thing down there near the rock.
That Kraken just underneath it to the right is the Kraken. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of scary how big that thing is. Is this the same ship that we saw with the laser recently shooting into the Idris? Is that the same ship, or is that a different ship?
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
So yes, Operation Pitchfork, where the fucking test squadron plan, where it was gonna just ram a bunch of Auroras and Vandal ships. That's not gonna work.
While we're on the subject, I'll pull a picture of a retribution since you guys seem to have one. Here you go. So I've got a picture of a retribution next to a Bengal just to give you guys some size on that as well.
If you want to send that to me, and
I've just thrown that in our chat.
Right. I was gonna bring up that laser thing too, but I can't because obviously you guys can see on my screen right now. I'm trying to find that laser.
Is that what
image.
that concept piece they threw up last week?
Yes, that's the one. Ago? Yeah, and I had it saved here somewhere, and I was just gonna show it to you real quick, but yeah, I thought that might be the driller, but it could be. It could actually. Now what's in my head is it looks like it's a different ship, but I'll do this one that you've sent to me.
Will the driller appear in the PU, and will it be able to be taken over? They haven't decided yet.
So what's this ship, by the way? Just for saving. What's it called? Is this the Pegasus?
No, the big one's the Retribution.
Retribution. Thank you.
There's a wonky javelin in the middle, then the Bengal's on the left.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Switching image. This is not how I wanted to do this, by the way. Live. But okay, let's do it anyway. Living dangerously. Alright, boom. Changed.
Fuck it, let's do it live.
Yeah, let's just live rock with it. So that's the Retribution, Bengal, and an Idris in the middle. So, wow, it's like...
Javelin in the middle.
Javelin? Oh, it is a javelin. Shit, it's so tiny, I thought it was an Idris. So what, that's like 2.5 times as long as the Bengal?
But more than that, if you include the spikes, I'd probably go with 3.
Do you know where I most commonly see this ship? Is on the glass of the door. You know how they have a room called the Retribution at Manchester? And you always see it on the door behind them when they used to do live streams in that boarding room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I used to see this the most. Okay. Alright, I think we'll start to wrap up, unless you guys have got any more questions you would like to ask.
Yeah.
No? None there that you see?
Let me just make sure I didn't miss any type of Big questions. You guys better shoot. Come on, we'll answer any question without censoring our answer. Oh, that's the first question. 3.10 ETA possibility. That's probably fucking like, as I already said earlier, a 75 to 80% chance this week.
Next ship sale is probably going to be the Rock. Let's be honest. That's another
I want to comment on that when we were talking about the Rock earlier. They uploaded they're going to upload a Gray Cat article on just in general this week. It's probably this week. Oh, by the way, on our Discord, you can enter the whatever I called it sweepstakes, where you enter in the date and time you believe Gray Cat Rock will come out, and you can have, and the closest 2 times will have their chance at winning a Gray Cat Rock. The closest person to the approximate time that either a article that has a post detailing the Rock, or a just CIG posting the Rock themselves. The exact time that it comes onto our Discord is the exact time we'll use to verify your answer.
See that image that I've just chucked up, very ugly? That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah,
that doesn't look. That's a kingship. Okay, cool.
That's a kingship.
So that's not the drill. Okay, cool.
That's
this one.
Yeah, it's yucky.
Yeah, I know, because it's not the right scale. But I just wanted to show it real quick. We'll go back to the other one. There we go. So that's the one I was talking about, though. So that's a kingship. So that's larger or smaller than the driller?
Larger.
Jeez Louise.
Kingship is massive.
Isn't that big driller, or is that regular driller?
That's right. Big driller is like 3 polys. Tell you what, I'll just don't put this on the stream. I'll just gonna put a picture of Bigger Driller in the chat for Hader.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There's Bigger Driller. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So the kingship's gone through fair few iterations. I think the most recent one, that one that you showed, I think I measured it to be something like 3.5 kilometers. In length, something like that. It was. I think it was 3,500 units in CryoGym, whatever that translates to.
Quick question in chat: how many hours does it take us to do this type of stuff? It's a group effort, man. I don't think anyone can do.
Wait, sorry. I fucking didn't mean that. I was talking to someone else.
No, it's all good. It's all good. No worries. I don't take offense. Everyone's got different skill sets in the team, so yeah. That's a hard question to ask. Everyone brings something different. Any more information on server tech and Vulkan integration? Or say what you want to say first. Sorry, Hader. Cut you off.
Oh yeah, no. A lot of this. Wow, that's a fucking big list.
Yep. So
thank you for doing that.
Yeah, nice summary. Yeah, nice summary. Thank you, Spider.
Okay, so shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, 2 things. One, server tech, Vulkan iteration, yeah, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel I'm just gonna use this last minute just to announce things on fucking dates I've heard. Vulkan, CIGs themselves have been saying it might happen this year, but I'm not sure. It's something I still believe my guy, but to be honest, they don't work on the graphics team, so fuck if I know. This other thing. Speaking of deadlines, Crusader. Ooh, can we get some bets on when that's coming out? What do you guys think?
I'm hoping into here, but we'll see. I think if the landing gear team, because there's obviously that team that's making the landing zones, they're working on that probably instead of working on Ruin Station. So I'm hoping towards the end of the year. But you correct me if you think I'm wrong. Piggles, when do you think it's coming?
Sorry, this is Horizon.
No, not Horizon, not Ruin Station. Was it
Horizon? Yeah, Horizon Crusader.
Oh, you could have Horizon. I read Horizon. Okay, my bad.
It's a Horizon. I can't imagine calling it Horizon. Whatever.
Let's just call it Crusader. Crusader's landing zone.
Crusader.
Yeah,
Crusader has had a fair amount of work done in terms of the actual landing zone in the past. Whether that's translating into the current landing zone that will go out, I couldn't tell you. A little interesting fact actually to do with that. CIG dabbled with an FPS map that was themed around that, but I also have no idea if that's going to go out. But we do have the map, so we might look around that at some point. I don't know.
Yeah. Question in chat: where is our Discord? It should be in the description below this video if you were looking for it. Any
Lots of
update
Connie
on
earbuds.
any update on docking, Hater?
Wait, no, I forgot. I forgot to say the hook. The entire hook for me asking you the questions on freaking Crusader.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, hey, you guys do your estimations and how it's the end of the year or something, and then I come in and say, fuck you, it's not the end of the year. It's gonna be Q1 because it's still in fucking white box.
Mm.
Oh well, I mean, the FPS map's a bit further than white box.
Oh no, I'm talking about Crusader.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically pulled straight from a concept image of Horizon.
Oh no, I'm talking about Horizon and Crusader just in general. Like gas check, that's not done.
Oh yeah,
Not done at
yeah.
all.
No, yeah.
Literally not even touched yet from what I mean, okay, that's not entirely correct, but so not done that it's I don't believe the environment teams are really working with it yet. But
Don't know if I should have turned chat
it's
on.
2020 for Pyro, 2021 for fucking Crusader. And it's mainly because I've been told that the work for Crusader is equivalent to the work done for something called ArcCorp. You know, the city planet. It's about as hard, apparently. I think it's good to say that it took around 8 months for New Babbage to be created, with about a 10-15 member team. The same amount of people are going to be on this one, so don't expect this at the end of the year. Crusader. Pyro's still going strong though. Pyro's going strong. It will definitely make end of the year from what I'm hearing, but I'm still not 100% until we see that good old release date. But
Hater.
all my guys have no confidence in Crusader making it this year.
Someone in chat's asking, where can they find the form for guess the release date for the rock contest? So can you reiterate where they can find that, please?
Oh, would you like to find the form? You can find the form in server news on our Discord. It's toss. Oh yeah, the SD Leaks Toss a Rocks sweepstakes. I'm gonna pin it on again. You'll see like Hater115 pinned a message to the channel. See all the pins. Just click on a message in that link, and you'll see the contest thing. We currently have. Let me check. Like fucking. Also, if I see that you edited your fucking response, you're automatically disqualified. I can see whether or not you've edited it. That means people who guessed too early are automatically disqualified.
Right.
Hater, why do you sound exactly like failure to report?
I've been told I've sounded more like Ben Shapiro than failure to report.
He does sound like Ben Shapiro. Actually, I agree.
I don't see it. I can't.
Yeah, a slightly younger Ben Shapiro. I get that actually. No, yeah, I do. All right. Any more questions in chat before we head off? Because I know Pickles and I want to get back to bed.
Bro, it's like 1 a.m. here.
I had 4 hours sleep before I woke up, so I want to get back to bed.
Oh,
Docking status. Someone asked about that. Hater, any update on docking? Since it was cut from 3.10.
Well, it was delayed. That's your update.
So
3.11
maybe? 3.11? 3.11 maybe? No?
For Pyro? Or
No,
for docking?
for docking.
Or Pyro?
For docking.
Oh no. No. Nope. Nuh-uh. You ain't seen it in 3.11. Nuh-uh. No.
That's not good news.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay. What's fucking ends? I'm
Yep.
tired as well, and
Yep.
I need to go back to the bathroom.
All right. Well, we're gonna cut to the outro credits, so I'll let you do the
Okay.
speaking.
Yeah. Hello, Patreon and credits. Wow, they just went by. But let me. Okay, 1 second while those are going through because I forgot. You know what? No. Go back to the previous page.
You are like
page.
so
you missed it.
professional.
They went past.
We're gonna read.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't think you'd immediately throw us in there.
Oh, what? I'm too fast for you. Sorry.
Do you want a countdown?
Don't.
Yeah.
Give me. No.
Shh. 3, 2, 1, go.
Give me a. No. Give me a second because
Can I
I
get
forgot
an
to give you the new names.
Yeah. I can't update that now, man. No way.
I know.
So this one's out of date. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah.
I'm just getting the comments out. That's why.
So just give us the new names now. Yeah, and we'll update it.
Yeah.
After.
I can't. say every name, but yeah. Okay, now put us forward. Wow,
Yep.
we're outroing the episode for the first time, boys. Thank you to our Patreons, especially to the Doctor, who says, "Shout out to Mr. Equilibrium and LSS Org members." Shout out to, and thank you to Reptar. Thank you to Professor Mango. Thank you to Fox Nix. Thank you to Rob M. Thank you to Sorston. Thank you to AA001, who says Jian is friendly. Thank you to once again to Professor Mango, who's appeared on this twice. And thank you to Regula Tim. Those are our $10 Patreons. Why are we back on this screen?
Because I just wanted to say thanks to Piggles. Thanks for joining us, man, because we forgot to say that. And appreciate it.
Why?
No problem.
We
All
are
right.
fucked this out.
Honestly,
No, it's fine.
it's better. It's better that Hater showed up. We thought you were never gonna.
Yeah, awkward is
never
funny,
gonna be
man.
here.
Awkward is
We could've
funny,
just
so
done it.
don't worry.
We
Yeah.
should have just done it without him.
All right, so everyone say bye. All right, everyone, bye-bye. Thanks for watching the stream.
Bye.
Catch you guys next time. Bye.